In the autumn of 1918, the Great War finally exhausted itself. For the Ottoman Empire, the end came with the armistice of Mudros. After 4 years of brutal conflict on a dozen fronts, the guns fell silent. But the price of peace was the ultimate humiliation. The Allied fleet, the very same fleet that had been stopped by steel and courage at the Dardanelles, now sailed unopposed through those fabled straits. In a bitter twist of fate, the warships anchored in the Bosphorus, their guns overseeing the capital that Gallipoli had saved. The conquerors had arrived in Istanbul, not as invaders, but as occupiers. For the soldiers and citizens of the defeated empire, it was a time of despair. But as the Allied flags were hoisted over the city, a lone general returned to his nation's capital. From a room overlooking the Bosphorus, Mustafa Kemal Pasha watched the foreign fleet. To his despairing aid, he uttered the words that would become prophecy: "As they have come, so they shall go." While the empire had surrendered, its greatest hero had not. The fight for Gallipoli was over. The fight for Turkey was about to begin. Across the Channel in London, another man's fortune had turned. Winston Churchill, the disgraced architect of Gallipoli, was back at the heart of power. His time in the political wilderness and on the battlefields of France had restored his reputation. As the war ended, he was a senior minister in the victorious British government. The Gallipoli disaster, once a career-ending failure, was now recast as a bold, if flawed, strategic vision. Churchill was a survivor, his eyes already on the next chapter of history. And far across the world, the men who had given Anzac its meaning were finally coming home. To Australia and New Zealand, they returned not as colonial boys, but as veterans of a national saga. They were greeted with tears and parades, heroes of a young nation forged in the fires of Gallipoli. But they brought the war home with them, in their memories, their missing limbs, and the empty spaces they left in their families. They had survived, but they, and their countries, were forever changed. The war was over, but the world it had created, a world of new nations, new grievances, and new heroes, was just beginning to take shape.